Good afternoon, everyone. Our topic for today is communication ethics. Objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to number 1, know how to communicate in an ethical manner, and second, apply these ethical principles to your communication. Outline. What is ethics? Number 2, why do you think there should be ethics in communication? Number 3, what problems can arise when people are not ethical in their communication practices? So, what is ethics?
Get kicked.
Ethics derived from the Greek word ethos, which means way of living. Ethics is a branch of philosophy that is concerned with the human conduct, more specifically the behavior of individuals in society. Ethics examines the rational justifications for our moral judgments. It studies what is morally right or wrong, just or unjust. Ethics is a field of study that we all need. This is because we all make choices, and ethics is about the general norms that govern how we should make those choices. Not surprisingly, there is disagreement over what the norms are, but by working through such disagreement, we can learn how to make better choices. From Sturbat 2020. The field of ethics or moral philosophy involves developing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. These concepts do not change as the one desires and motivations change. They are not relative to the situation. They are immutable. Ethics deals with will-based standards of how people ought to act. Ethics does not describe the way people do act. It deals with the way people should act. Ethical people always strive to make the right decision in all circumstances. They do not rationalize their actions based on their own perceived self-interests. Ethical decision making entails following certain well established norms of behavior. The best way to understand ethics may be to differentiate it from other concepts.
Get kicked.
Ethics refers to well founded standards of right and wrong that prescribe what humans ought to do, usually in terms of rights, obligations, benefits to society, fairness, or specific virtues. Ethics or moral philosophy is a branch of philosophy that involves systematizing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. The field of ethics, along with aesthetics, concerns matters of value. These fields comprise the branch of philosophy called astrology. Why do you think there should be ethics in communication? First, honesty. Communication not only builds trusts, it also helps you and others identify and work on any features that may arise in the intersection between authority, power, and teamwork. Without honesty, communication fails at its core purpose. Second is clarity. In many cases, misconduct isn't born out of malicious intent but misunderstanding. After all, it only takes one poorly worded document or passing comment to create a chain of confusion that spirals into misconduct. Because every person in your target audience must be able to understand your meaning. Your business communications need to be as clear and concise as possible. Last is respect. It should go without saying that ethical communications are respectful and tolerant in nature. When creating business communications, be mindful of the diverse
Get kicked.
identities of your intended audience and how they might interpret your message. The recipient should always feel like your company values their identity, ideas, and opinions. Using respectful communication will help promote a culture of open communication, decreasing potential retaliation and reporting concerns. Ethical communication is essential for upholding a strong culture of compliance in the workplace. When done correctly, ethical communications can bolster a company's character and decrease overall risk. However, when ethics are cast aside, businesses can face severe financial, legal, and reputational costs. What problems can arise when people are not ethical in their communication practices? Unethical behavior has serious consequences for both individuals and organizations. You can lose your job and reputation. Organizations can lose their credibility, general morale, and productivity can decline, or the behavior can result in significant fines and or financial loss. When regular people do not use good manners when communicating, anything from an argument to a physical fight can happen. When political leaders from different countries do the same thing, the effects maybe would be worse, from severing diplomatic ties, sanctions, trade wars, even military conflicts. From low level incivility to bullying and personal harassment, misrepresentation in advertising, corporate fraud, and bribery seem to
Get
have
kick.
become more commonplace. Either that or we are just becoming more aware of it. Many problems arise due to ethical misconduct during different communication practices. The way people talk is ruled largely by their environment, culture, family values, and to some degree, the media. Modern society is becoming disinterested in proper behavior, which is magnified by the what they see on TV. There appears to be a willingness to offend other people, which may be supported by the phrase, "I'm just keeping it real." They have a six unethical communication behaviors. First is coercive, intimidating, repressive, threatening, or etc. Acts or communication events or behavior reflecting abuses of power of authority, resulting in or designed to effect unjustified invasion of autonomy, intolerance of dissent, restrictions on freedom of speech, refusal to listen, resorting to formal rules and regulations to stifle discussion or squash complaints, and so on. Destructive, aggressive, abusive, insensitive, or etc. Acts are communication events or behavior attacking receivers' self-esteem, reputation, or deeply held feelings, reflecting indifference toward or contempt for basic values of others. This includes insults, derogatory innuendos, epithets, jokes, especially those based on gender,
Get
race,
kick.
sex, religion, or ethnicity, put downs, backstabbing, character assassination, and so on. It also includes the use of truth as a weapon, as in revealing confidential information to unauthorized persons, or in using alleged openness as a facade to conceal the launching of personal attacks. It also can include silence, failure to provide expected feedback, or especially recognition of good work. Deceptive, dishonest, lying, unfair, or etc. Acts are communication events or behavior reflecting a willful perversion of truth in order to deceive, cheat, or defraud. This includes invasive or deliberately misleading messages, which in turn includes equivocation. Example: the deliberate use of ambiguity, using words having more than one sense so as to seem to say one thing but intend another. Also, bureaucratic style euphemisms designed to cover up defects, to conceal embarrassing deeds, or to prettify unpleasant facts. We can note here the concept of double speak. Intrusive communication behavior. that is characteristically initiated by message receivers. Use of hidden cameras, the tapping of telephones, and the application of computer technologies to the monitoring of employee behavior. In other words, surveillance.
Got kick.
Secretive is various form of nonverbal communication behavior, especially of course silence and including unresponsiveness, behaviors as hoarding information, culpable silence, and sweeping under the rug information that, if revealed, though would expose wrongdoing or ineptness on the part of individuals in position of power. Last is manipulative exploitative, represents a cluster of communication behaviors that definitely merit our attention. Open influence versus manipulation seeks to gain compliance by exploiting people's fears, prejudices, or area of ignorance, covert and hidden agendas. That's all. Thank you.